It's ready. Is that the sun?
Hi guys, Freaky Fish Guy here today with another video for you today. I've got my updated Marincess list. So I'm the Marincess guy. I've been playing Marincess since they pretty much dropped. I took a break because of lockdown, refurbished my room, basically did a few things in my social life, had a lot of fun, but now I'm back to make you some more Marincess content. I've been playing this deck online, joining book throughout lockdown, on and off. I've been playing Murmur as well, and a bit of Paleo. This deck is a really good matchup against Eldlich, which is great. Not so much the synchro variant. The synchro part is just really hard to beat, pretty much for most decks, to be honest. Like, that engine just goes in anything. You could probably play it Marincess, but then it wouldn't be Marincess. The trapped version of Eldlich is really, really simple and easy to beat for this deck, which is surprising. Let's get into it. So obviously Echo dropped. I don't actually have any of the Echo stuff. In lockdown I didn't actually pick up any of it. So this is a version of Marincess still using pre-Echo card pool. I've got like Need of Fiber, I've got things like that, but they're not actually in this deck because I don't actually play Need of Fiber in this. But it also doesn't mean I have the new Marincess Link 4. I don't see much play in it at the moment. I haven't really messed around with it a lot, to be honest. However, we might be using it in the future. Main deck wise, still free Blue Tang. Pretty much we all know what this does right now. This is a really good card. Nothing's changed in the main deck. Monsters really in a new format. 3 plus Scalas. Together these make obviously Bahamut Toad, Rip Toad. All my 6 copies are now at 1. 3 Seahorse, not prismatic, just because I haven't got that far yet, but we'll see. Eventually I do want to pick them up. And then finally, to round out, 2 Mandarin. This is pretty much standard lineup of Marincess monsters. Yeah. For those who are new to Marincess, this is Foxy plus Gazelle. You know those Salamander Great cards that are really good. This is 2 of them in 1. This is Tin Goldfish. This is like a Crusadia, and this is kind of like a glow up bulb in a way, but it's not really. This is just a free extender. Other engines, we're still playing Froggo Boys, because I love Swap Frog. Still playing Rontone, and the best monster ever, Testudo, All Hail Turtle, Turtle of Doom, whatever you want to call it. This card is amazing. Eldlich really struggle to out this, because all the traps need the Eldlich Lord on board to actually work. This one means they can't summon the Eld Lord, so GG. I don't know, say like Shadal would get good again in the future. This just auto wins you that matchup. Used to be really good against Orcus. Now the Gearsu is a 1 card out because you could Gearsu, send Nightmare, make Gearsu big enough. If they don't draw Gearsu, then Orcus lose this. Salad, they have to waste a turn going into Balink, set Rage, trying to pop this. If you have Wave, you can protect this as well, so this is still basically a really good win con, even in current format. Against Adamantipator, it's okay. They can sort of play around it with things like Cerberus, along with other things. So you need the Wave, but this is a really nice card. 3 Ash. This is just generic hand trap spot. You can change this for anything. Could be like DD Crow, could be Nib if you want. I don't like to play Nib because we get rid of our own board effectively. Ash is just the most generic, so we're playing Ash. I should technically be doing my Year of the Water challenge, but I'm having a break just because it's locked down. So when I go back to playing, I will probably side these out for Ghost Sister if I want to continue my challenge. Spells, 3 Mining, pretty standard. 3 Desires, 3 Call of the Grave, 1 Battle Ocean, 1 1/1, 1 Foolish Burial. The 1/1 gets Testudo, so it's really nice to end out a combo. Otherwise it gets you Mandarin. Foolish Burial, send any part of the Frog Engine, Testudo, Mandarin, Seahorse, anything you need. 1 Battle Ocean, because if you search it, you only activate Desires after you've got access to this. The only problem with this is if they Cosmic Cyclone this. Well, I had a chat in the Marincess Discord the other day. I see this more as a secondary win condition. This is a generic card that makes our links towers. Towers aren't good in this format, unfortunately. What we should be looking at is instead to be a really, really grindy deck that just outgrinds our opponent. If you want, I'll probably post some of my replays. I've been beating Eldlich quite easily 2-0. Because this doesn't win us games, unfortunately. It's gravy. It's win more effectively. Obviously, you still want to go for it, but don't. It's not the end of the world if it disappears. Is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, spell lineup's pretty simple. I'm not maining back row removal just because back row removal doesn't do a lot apart from against Eldlich. And Eldlich we can just side in for, because if you go first or if you set up your win con, you don't need to worry about their back row. So we're not actually maining any back row removal. 3 Wave. free imperm. So the imperm and the wave are basically the same thing. This one's just better because it gives you protection, especially if you're Testudo. Funny thing is, you can chain this to like Nibiru if they have a monster on board and they blow up their own board, which happened to me once online, and the opponent scooped. And then finally, free judgment just to stop the lightning storm. Storm is probably the biggest problem this deck has at the moment, just because it gets rid of all your spells, all your equips. If you have Testudo on board in defense, because you summon it in defense, it's not so much a problem. Imperm can also be a problem, but people are playing less Imperm at the moment, playing more Veiler. It does the same thing, apart from Veiler can't be used in your turn, so they can't Veiler your Testudo for them to play. Veiler's played more because of things like Need a Fiber at the moment. So you don't need to worry about Imperm or Testudo so much, it's just more Lightning Storm, things like that. That's the main deck. Moving on now to the extra deck. 2 Slug, 2 Coral, 2 Marbled Rock. This is pretty much your standard lineup of the main links I like to think of them as. I'm preferring this more over the link 4s at the moment, just because of Eldlich and their Lieb play. So they overlay 2 Eldritch into Lieb, or Gustav then Lieb really, and then punch for 6k, like 3 times twice, you know, whatever. And we can just use Rock Effect, because it's not once per turn, to discard and protect ourselves. So playing against Eldritch player, he was like punch, okay, Rock Effect, punch, okay, Rock Effect. Oh. Pass turn. Next turn, Rock, add back Blue Tang or Pascalis, can't remember which one it was. Normal Pascalis, special on the Blue Tang, make on a Rock, steal the Lieb. Yay, GG. So yeah, this is a really nice card in this format. 1 C-Engine to get the field spell, 1 Crystal Heart, 1 Wonder Heart. Like I said, I'm not playing the new Link 4, I haven't really looked into it that much. Wonder Heart I still really much like because it sets up the Testudo play. Game 1, you want your play to be Coral, Testudo in defense, like 2 equips of the field spell, and maybe like a few hand traps, a wave, Call to the Grave, whatever. Next turn, you normal summon a Marincess, and make the Marincess and the Testudo into the Crystal Heart, because you can do that. You link these into the Wonder Heart, equip the Coral from the field spell and 2 others, attack, effect, summon this, attack, and then main phase 2 you just go this, summon back the Testudo. And in phase it goes back. So you set up your lock again with now 4/4 towers and Testudo. So this is how you out your own Testudo lock, and also still while winning against your opponent. 1 Mr. Boy is just there as well to out our Testudo lock, so you can summon him. Also it's just a nice link too. 1 Trispania. This could be like your Nightmare Phoenix. This is here because of just like backroom decks that aren't Eldlich. So things like Altergeist that don't really care about the Testudo. So you need like another win con to beat backrow decks, because Altergeist just go normal summon Silquicious or Melusi, you can like send your Testudo that way. So this gets rid of those. Moving on to non-links, XYZ's one Honor Rock. I still love this card. It gets rid of a lot of problems, to be honest, and it's really easy to make with Blue Tang and Pascalis. 1 Abyss Dweller wins half the matchups basically. Can't wait to get an ulti. 1 Bahamut, 1 Toad. You can make this like with the Frog Engine, or you can make it with Bahamut, it's up to you. You can also make Bahamut into your plays, so Pascalis plus Blue Tang plus another extender makes your Link 4 plus this, or Link 4 plus this, basically. Moving on to the side deck next, sorry about the cough. 1 Pankratops. This is here because I had 1 spot left. I could have added other things, and I thought, what really annoys this deck? And there's a lot of things, but basically things like Inspector Border really hurts this deck. Herald can be annoying with the Frog Engine, things like that, and discarding for mining. So I went, what can I just add that's a one-off to get rid of these cards? And so Pankratops was added. Yeah, you can just special this punch over the Herald. If they don't, if you do this, they have to like commit to the mask, make Unicorn to shuffle it away. It basically baits out their interaction. So this is still a really nice card. 2 Skullmeister. Ideally, instead, you could just play a 3rd Skullmeister. This is a really good card in this format because it's good against Dino, it's good against Adamantipator, it's good against Eldlich, it's good against Orcust, it's good against Marincess, Mermail. There's no deck where this doesn't work against. It also stops your opponent better than DD Crow because it makes them waste effects, and it negates the effects instead. So that's really nice. 3 Cyclone, 2 Secret One Commons because I'm a madman. Just gets rid of the Eldritch cards that you have to deal with. You could also instead, online, you see a few times I play 3 Twin Twisters instead of these. I'm just now moving into these because I find these better. 3 Dark Ruler no more, just turn off the opponent's board. 3 evenly matched, just to basically be like either a bait and negate or just maybe get rid of the back row deck, because there are still rogue decks in the format. And then 3 Token Collector. This card's been hyped up a lot. I'm just kind of testing it at the moment, to be honest. It's quite nice when you go into like the link cross play of the O-line. You can summon this, gets rid of all their tokens, and they can't summon any more tokens. Also turns off Nib at that point. So if you go second against Adamantipator, you can side these in, disrupt their play of the link cross, summon this, and then when you do your turn, they can't Nibiru you anymore, which is probably Marincess' bigger problem at the moment. So these are really nice cards. Anyway guys, that was my Marincess deck profile for 2020 June format. We're now in, God. I can't wait for lockdown to end. I'm very excited to play this deck again. At events, I went X3 at the last one with Marincess, so I've got hope of maybe chopping in regionals one day of this. If you see me on Discord or Facebook, guys, just hit me up. I'm more than happy to talk about this deck. If you see me on Joining Book, I met one guy. I'm going to give him a shout out in a better video than this. But yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.